Okay, the Dow Jones is going to close in 25 minutes, and this is the gold chart. It's a 4 hour, and I was doing a analysis on this last night for Liam. So for Liam, based on videos for you. And this is, of course, this, like I said, this is problem here is that on a 4 hour chart, there's a lot of brokers, so you're kind of stuck with whatever you get here. But yeah, I'm in a tiny position here I got into earlier, but I sold the Dow Jones on this experimental account here, so I made money there. But this divergence on the 4 hour, so I was afraid of this happening, that this did turn out to be a reversal. I mean, it's faint, but it's there. And this is a divergence. It's kind of a cluster signal. It's more powerful because it's actually divergence with a reversal. And this is not taking into an account that the news came out. And if you go to the candle, it's a pretty wicked story if you were trying to trade the break out of that. So that's really, boy, everybody wins on that trade if you got in. Everybody got in the right side of that. So wow, psycho volatility, and so but the high of the day. If you had sold in here with a stop just outside of that handle up there, that was the genius trade to get in right in that edge. And then, of course, the other genius trade would be to buy these treetops down here, these wicks, but we never made it there. But for the guy that, I guess for the style that I trade, I did buy down there, so I had orders based on this trend line, projecting this down into, and it did go to hell. Like I think I said in the last video, then it's going to hell. But see, before it went to hell, it went to heaven, and it just made everybody think the world was going to be such a beautiful place. So if I go to the 1 hour, you see the psychodrama this morning, and of course all of a sudden the RSI lines go to of no use, so we'll start over. And the 1 hour handles is everybody's trading 1 hour, right? 60 beats per minute. So there's your reversal. You have to kind of, it doesn't look like a reversal until you really can verify it if you just go to line. And it's not really a reversal. It's a bizarre kind of reversal, but it's just so, I don't know if you can really trade a 1 hour chart with that kind of volatility. I mean, just to see how brutal this 15-minute sell-off maybe, and that's just punishing. But even here, this spike Rama here out of this narrow range, wow. I mean, how many people just got their head handed to them here, and then they were like, should I go long? I mean, I don't have any money left in my account. Just kidding. But if you look at this from a standpoint of close, there's actually a buy signal in here. So just going to look at this, examine this news breaking, but really it's really about orders piling up on either side of that once they're triggered, surprise, 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 here's your high if you're a wick, if you're a candle person, here's your high if you're a so I thought I'd take the lag out, put a 1 period moving average on there, and where's the support? Here for the close guy, here for the candle guy, and then I guess you could say that it's like an inverted hammer is like a real representation of volatility, and then you get these hammers, these wicks, these dojis in here, so it's kind of like Dojiville for the middle, and I don't want to overcomplicate it with too many lines, so I'm going to go one more slice and say there's a bottom there. This little baby bottom becomes a bottom again, and then but if you were to say, if you had the if you had the execution keys set, the hotkeys, and you could jump on these trains, this 5 minute, the only signal you'd have to sit here in front of your monitor and wait for this setup, which is, this is, in my mind, this is the only entry on the 5 minute that fits the rule list. If you're a person that trades on a rule list, can't seem to get the line in there, but it's like this. Okay, now here's your, and when I say 5-period reversal, I don't mean 5-period RSI, I mean this is 3-period RSI. This is the most dynamic RSI. If you go to 2-period RSI, it doesn't exist. I mean, it's basically up and down. But you'd be whipsawed. Whipsawed without market structure. So this is the 5-minute gold. This is before the news comes out, right? Yeah, I mean, when the news comes out, forget about it. But there was a buy into the news. But if you had a tight stop, they killed you. Then it goes up into, you have to zoom out, but it's going to destroy the RSI at the bottom. But to see that the key, I think it went out too far, too fast. Okay, this is the 15-minute, which is 3x view. So you can see you can't really see a valid buy signal on the 5-minute. No way, right? I mean, there's just no way. So, you got to decide which time frame you're going to get. If you're going to scalp something like that 5-minute chart, you're going to wait for that setup, and then you're going to jump on it, and it's going to be great. But, my point was, if you bought that and you had a wide stop and you rode it up to here, what happened here? Why did it reverse here? Well, I guess, okay, why did it reverse there? A good question. On close, if I take the wick window, and then I take the actual timestamp, the kick drum, the beat of the market, and now I'm gonna compress out. I'm gonna search for the reason why that price is the critical price, and let's readjust this. So in the current world of the gold, okay, I would start buying here a little bit, but I'm going to put pendings down here because we might go down there. So, but I'm not in big, and I'm kind of like this move down here and accumulate, and then bail. But just go back to 5-minute, and then I'll just try to make this. Try to go through the whole. This is the storybook of the morning open here. Your only entry was here. Okay, so now if in the real world, if you're actually trying to trade this, you got in because of this little positive reversal, and you were like, yeah, we're going up, and you're right, went up, and then actually, I don't know if the news broke right into that, or I'm not sure actually, but obviously then it stabilized and you got a doji, and then I'm just going to go to 15 minutes so I get more data on here. And you go to the doji, and there's still no signal. There's no 15-minute signals on a 3-period RSI. There's kind of a faint sell here. There's a divergence here. Going into that, I don't know when that was, but then the news breaks, bam, bam, everybody gets their head handed to them. I mean, if you didn't know how to play that gold trade, you were just wondering why. If you just opened your account today and you're trading gold, you may just decide you want to trade something else tomorrow. But so I'm just going to start over a little bit from scratch here. But that's a big deal. Here we're in the story now. Okay, market's calming down. A lot of the shock and awes is drifted, and I'm saying we're in a triangle. I'm buying a light amount, and I'll probably dump if it gets up. If it gets up to the previous bottom, because bottoms become tops, tops become bottoms. Here's the bottom, became a top. Kind of crude little gap, but where's the next bottom? Next bottom's here. Tops become bottoms. I want to get out here. It looks like a nice, RSI is definitely setting up for a nice possible divergence here, so I can flip up and slam hopefully into this cash out, and then it's just going to be a trading range, and everybody's going to be debating the 1300 level, the big 1300 psychological level that I actually had a buy order below that earlier that I cashed out. So I went just below the round handle. I was filled down here, and I'm going to refill down here if we probe down in there. And on the 1 hour, it looks like a nice triangle. Right here is a triangle. And this is just, you got to keep it real simple. Don't overthink it. You're oversold, right? RSI's oversold. And not to say it can't plummet. I mean, oversold can be oversold foreverville. You know, like this is oversold here. Did you buy that? You know, I mean, that was pretty brutal because he had to ride this down, right? Ouch. So this is the 4 hour, and then I'm just gonna go to the daily. And I'm just gonna clear all this stuff off because it's gonna be pretty ridiculous. Make no sense at that point. There's a daily picture, and then here's the kind of a zoom out here. And here's the support. This is your really clean Elliott wave. Elliott wave, I guess, with an extension there. Like how many waves? The story here. Okay, here's your an Elliott wave. I guess this is 1, 2, 3 is the biggest wave. Consolidation 4, 5, and then extension. So now, now it's a story. There's a divergence on the daily right here that gave you that nice blast up into there, and then you ricochet off this this bottom becomes a top. Well, kind of blew through there, but that was the pivot. But you can still cue it off of this. I mean, this is the whole debatable price zone. And then the next handle I would buy and bet the ranch would be, I want to buy where it left the station down here. So, but this may be getting, if you want to stretch and push the system and get more aggressive, you could say that's a top. Look for a top becoming a bottom here on this to create a stair. You know, this is gonna. If this divergence is real right now, we're actually forming a powerful hidden divergence, because if this thing can come down to this line by the end of today, by Friday, going into the weekend. But the other side of the coin is, never forget that divergence means look for a reversal. So there is a reversal in here, and it's a possibility we could project, we could blow through this trend line, blow through RSI. RSI goes psychotically oversold, and the projection point is based on this handle here. Well, there's no reversal there to launch it off of. But if you had to, I'm sure on the 4 hour, but it would probably look like something like this. Okay, if you're just a crude line projection, but seriously, how much further do you think we can push this gold into the 1300? Seems like a ripe, you know, even the most conservative person, aren't they going to buy like down there? You know, so but this is definitely a great swing low point here, and just go to the weekly here, just since I got like a minute left. You know, got a big triangle here in the weekly right here, just crude, you know, weekly, like watching paint dry. Bizarre triangle here, and then you got this, here's your top bottom. Gonna give it a little gap there, I'm sure on candles. It's a beautiful top bottom, or it's a probe, all these like spikes in here, but I'm kind of filtering that out. And so that's the weekly, and then kind of throw these in again, you know, redo the market structure, and then zoom out, take it out to the big picture, look for the major supports, you know, take that out. There's a big hole, you fall in here, here's the major pivot, and that's that.